We are live with
Cascadia.
We made it. So, we had a little bit of technical difficulties there in the beginning, but we got it all worked out. So we have an awesome show for you today. This one's I'm looking forward to it. We've been talking offline. We've met actually a couple of years ago now, but
it's gonna be a solid 5.5 out of set 10.
I think so. I think that's what we're aiming for at least. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Cascadia Dispatch here. This is Casey from Cascadia Dispatch. Awesome YouTube channel. Let me bring it up over here. There we go. There's the channel, and with some of the best emojis in the videos in the prepping game today, as you can see here. We have so go over to Cascadia Dispatch. I have a link in the description box for the channel. At least I think I do. So, but as you can see, Cascadia Dispatch has the website. He has T-shirts. He has PDFs. He has Instagram. He even has a TikTok channel. It's
waffle fries. We got all kinds of things.
Waffle fries. So, I'd like to welcome everyone that's already in the chat room over here. Let's see. We have Denise Drake. Apex is in the house. Welcome. Oh, Apex, I need to send you the link as always. So, okay. It looks like, who else do we have over there? Prepping Penguin. Good to see you. The preparedness guy. Good to see you over there. Preparedness guy. Castlemania. Oh, Castlemania Games. Yeah, we were talking earlier. We're going to have to talk some more. And Steve Dunkelberger is here. He's Steve's local right now.
Steve's in the other room.
we actually have an interview going inside of an interview for this one. So Steve's interviewing me, interview Cascadia Dispatch. That's how cool we made this one. So it looks like everyone's doing a roll call. Granny Prepper, welcome. The Awakening of Patriot Survival, welcome. All sorts of people come in and say hi. So cool. So we're going to get to all the questions, as much as the questions that we can. But we're talking with Cascadia Dispatch with Casey, and Casey specializes in prepping for non-preppers, and which I think is an awesome concept, especially nowadays. It seems like it's probably pretty important because I imagine if 2020 didn't make you become a prepper, hopefully 2021 does. So
yeah, exactly. The season finale was just amazing.
We've done the 7-day trial of 2021, and it looks like at this point now you got to become a prepper. So
yeah, exactly. You got to subscribe now.
Yeah. So I thought maybe to start off with, we could kind of go into the history of Cascadia Dispatch, maybe a little bit more about you, and then how you started the channel.
Sure. So Cascadia Dispatch started out, I was as much of a non-prepper, I think, as you could possibly get. I didn't grow up camping. I have no military background. I was in the Cub Scouts for like a year, maybe, possibly.
Cub Scout dropout.
Yeah, exactly. I was a Cub Scout dropout. I got like 2 badges. It was not a thing. My parents were proud, though. They put them on the whole thing. I was not an outdoorsy person or any of that sort of thing. I am a consultant, a marketing and analytics consultant by trade, and was traveling up and back to Seattle from Portland about once a week. And the article came out about the New York, I think it was either New York Times or New York Magazine, about the Cascadia Dispatch and how about the Cascadia Subduction Zone earthquake. If they would write one about Cascadia Dispatch, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, we need that
about the earthquake. And because I am someone who analyzes things and looks at the numbers and everything, the pattern and the trend that they put in that article and the scope and magnitude of what that would do was pretty jarring to me. And I remember driving home that night, I texted my wife, hey, you should read this. My brother actually sent me the article, so I can thank my brother for this whole project. As I was driving home, we went basically like straight to Dick's Sporting Goods and got like an aquatainer and like some food. Or I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any of that idea. Yeah. And so over the next probably year and a half, I spent a bunch of time trying to figure out what to do. Research, talk to people who knew what was going on, and figure out how to be safer and have my family be safe and all of that sort of stuff. And then once I started to do that, people started to notice, wait a minute, Casey went camping. This is a thing. Casey has a 4-wheel drive vehicle. This is a thing. What is happening? There's tents and there's sleeping bags. What is going on? And so as people would ask, I would say, oh, this is what I'm doing, or this is what's going on. And they would be interested in asking more questions. And having been in kind of a world where I'm around a bunch of different people that do marketing for huge brands and all that kind of stuff, I've kind of seen what that looks like. And I thought, well, maybe if I put something together that people could go to, then I wouldn't have to answer the same question. They could ask whatever, and we could go from there. So that's how I started kind of the blog initially, was to write down these things and tips. And I use kind of my friends, my wife's friends, as kind of my muse for, okay, if I was trying to explain this, who would I be explaining it to?
Yeah.
Would it be something that they would be interested in, and how do I make it interesting to them? And then after about 6 months of that, I started thinking, well, videos could be kind of fun. And so then the YouTube channel started from there. And it's been a really fun project to put together all these things and see how they all work and test out things. I tested out shorts earlier this week. It was not a success, but we'll try again. And so, yeah, it's that sort of thing. The kids get involved with it. My wife now orders things and they show up and I'm like, oh, you ordered flashlights? It's exciting. So.
That's awesome. And I think that this type of videos that you do is super important because we have a lot of people in the world that are just getting into prepping. And if you go full prepper, never go full prepper. But if you go full prepper right into YouTube, you can go into some. You never know where you're going to see. It might be tactical. There may be fires involved and explosions and stuff. But I mean, we look at you. There's Legos in the background.
You gotta love the Legos.
It's a very welcoming.
Legos are cute.
Yeah, and I because you're on, I'm upping my Lego game in the background. So I think.
I love the Star Wars theme. Yeah, I think you have a theme. You kept it on point. Very nice. So normally on these streams we do an EDC check. I think we need to do at some point during the stream we need to do a Lego off it. So we'll share Lego off. Yeah, I think we could do that. And I see these people already in the chat room are they're talking about the Legos too. NY Defiant. Sorry, I'm keeping on the toys. The Apex Prepper definitely is too. So. Well, that's cool. So I definitely we have very similar styles. I think is that we're not really tactical guys. We're not. I haven't been in a knife fight in many years. I don't know about you, but, at least since last Wednesday.
Since last Wednesday. Yeah, it's been since 2020 for me. But what was I going to say? But yeah, again, but I think that's good. That's a good thing because prepping is very. There's preppers of all different kind of backgrounds and different interests, and we need more of the kind of like the regular family guy, white collar job, works in the office doing techie stuff. We need more of those to bring more of those people into the community because they have good ideas too. So
yeah, I think when I first started out, yours channel was one of the first ones that I started watching, and the way that you organize things resonated with me and the way that my brain worked with the layers and the modules and all the things. But there wasn't a whole lot of, you didn't have a ton of camo. You weren't recording from the middle of a forest. And there are lots of channels that do that, which is great. And you can watch those. But when you're first starting out, you don't want to feel like you're in the apocalypse at that moment. It's like, let's gradually get there, shall we?
Yeah. Go one step at a time. We'll get you there eventually. But I think we're kind of like the 101 classes for hopefully for people just getting into it without scaring them off. And then before they know it, then they're going to start.
We're like my first prepper adventure or something like that. Like the Fisher Price of preppers.
Yeah, we're the Fisher Price of preppers. And when did we meet? Because you came into Seattle and we met. It seems like about.
It was last year.
The last year? Was it 2020? Yeah,
it was 2019.
2019. That's right.
2019.
Yeah, I got to get that photo up over there. Before going any further, you people that are watching, you may notice, and we're going to get to a lot of these questions because I know that Denise is already concerned about the Death Star in the background, but we'll talk about that later. But we both have an interesting shirt on. It looks like we both have the Prepper adjacent hoodie.
Yes.
So can we talk about that a little bit? There's a link in the description box if you want your own Prepper adjacent.
Yeah, merch link in bio.
Yes.
For anyone who's on TikTok and don't understand that. So I have always thought about what I do as this kind of prepper adjacent. That there's we're not in the woods and there's no camo. We're not in bunkers, but the ideas and the strategies and the plans are still the same thing. And you made a video. It's all about you, basically. This whole show is about you. And so you made a video about prepper adjacent. You were talking about different groups that are adjacent to preppers, which is a vocabulary word that I love. Yeah. And that phrase was like, oh, that's what it is. It's prepping for non-preppers. It's prepper adjacent. It's all of that. And so I thought, okay, well, every time I try to do a video or something, I'm always looking for a sweater or a shirt or something. I was like, I'll get something that, actually is more descriptive of that. So that's where this came from. And then, I felt like you needed one.
That's funny, and that's a term that I didn't know about that term until I heard it from Ben Peterson, from Ben Banters, the knife guy, and he said, "Well, I'm not," because he's like, "Well, I'm not really a prepper channel, but I'm prepper adjacent because I like knives," and so that's where I heard it from. And now there's hoodies coming out on it. So if you want your prepper adjacent hoodie, make sure you click the link in the description box, and you can get that from.
And Cliff, if you could just mail yours to Ben, I didn't realize it was all.
Okay, it'll be a little stinky.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll smell like Seattle. Now, Cascadia Dispatch, we're kind of fairly close to each other. You're controlling the Portland territory of preppers, and I'm trying to control the Seattle territory. Is kind of how it goes, right?
If we're controlling preppers, Cliff, we're in trouble.
That's funny. It looks like the preparedness guy is the regular family guy, white collar guy. Haha, I was wondering where you're going with that. No, we will not have racism here on this street. The preparedness guy. I said white collar.
So this is how you're going to take me down, Cliff. This is the plan.
That's funny. So we have to has this question answered for Denise. The question for Cascadia: what's a nice guy like you doing with the Death Star in your house?
So that is a fantastic question, and it's all part of our plan to take over the prepping in Portland. Really, is what it is. That's the whole thing. So the Death Star and some of the bigger Legos, the helicarrier and that sort of stuff. When a couple of years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when my kids were a little bit younger. They were just getting into Legos, and we ended up getting a bunch of Legos, and they do them, and they would take them an hour or two to build them. And so after a while I was like, well, what if we get like some big ones? If we're going to invest the money in it, we'll get some big ones, and then we can work on them as a family over time. So the Death Star took us about a year to do. Helicarrier was a few months. There's Ghostbuster Firehouse that my son did most of, that's sitting over there. That was a couple of months. So there's a backlog, as my wife found when she decided that she needed to clear out the basement a little bit. She went down and she was looking to see at my stash, and she just had no idea of what I had planned.
Yeah. So you not only have the rice and beans and flashlights and knives, but you also have a decent survival Lego collection as well.
Exactly. Tents, sleeping bags, Sesame Street Lego ideas. It goes like that.
Yeah, so people are calling it the gateway prepper, as far as we're gateway into getting it to preparedness. I'm liking that. So
exactly.
Northwest Defined he's already liking this. He loves he likes your strategy for prepping into. You bring him in with the Legos, and then you hit him with the organization and with
the water filtration and all of that. It's the chickens. The chickens love the Legos too. That's a whole nother problem. Yeah.
See, this is from B-Bowl, gradually get into the apocalypse. That went out the window. Yes. Yeah, kind of. We're hoping that you were preppers before this year, because it's like it's game on now. So let's see. This is from the Awakening of Patriot Survival. The more people need to understand the dangers that surrounds them, so they can mitigate the effects it has on you and your family. So awesome. Pat Reeves is loving the Ghostbusters Lego in the background. We may just spend this whole live stream talking about Legos. Actually.
You know what? I feel like we all know about fire starters and things. Let's talk about, Voltron there.
We've talked enough about Altoids. We've talked about knives and flashlights and all that stuff. So. The Apex Preppers we've been at. My chopped liver, I can't cover Northwest Oregon either. Yeah, so you and the Apex Prepper, I sent the link through Discord. Hopefully we get you on, because we need to I need to introduce you to Bernie, the Apex Prepper, because he also has a territory in the Portland area, and I know
exactly. Bernie's territory is about 20 minutes away from my territory.
Okay, so
we meet at the border, we discuss, we go away. Yeah.
Because there's a whole Cascadia Dispatch territory. There's like Antifa, and then there is like Bernie, and so that's kind of how I envision.
Antifa is between Bernie and myself.
Yeah, there's. Cool. Let's see. People still talking about the Legos. Okay, those are awesome Legos. I'm working on the
held that back.
Yeah, we should. I wanted to save it because I have the banners ready to go for all this, but it just people saw them and they got excited, and I think
sometimes it just happens
with everything in the news. I think they want a little bit of a break from scary stuff. So
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, lucky for you could build Mando ship together. Yeah, so I do have the Razor Crest back there. We're almost to the point, folks. But we got to talk about prepping first, because this is a prepping channel. but we'll talk about the Razor. We'll talk
I'm not going to say that my Razor Crest is in a box right over there, but it's in a box right over there.
Yeah. So Apex Prepper says he's about let's see, a couple miles away from each other. So you guys are gonna have to get Danielle Taylor saying mom pissed. Mom is not pissed right now, but you never know. So and then let's see what we out there promoting it. So Angry Prepper and Bushcraft is online now. Joint live. Yeah, there's lives going on all over the place. Live is hitting up. My mom is on the live stream. Tup's mom is watching. If everyone wants to say hi to my mom, Tup's mom, that is the official Urban Prepper's mom channel that I made for her. So we're gonna
love that you made a Tup's mom channel.
Yes. My mom is a moderator too, so if she wants to block someone from the live stream, it's fair game.
If I get on the wrong side of your mom, does that mean I get kicked off like earlier?
She has the power to kick you off.
Again, Cliff, these are just ways you're trying to take me down.
That's funny. You're busted now, Tough. Yeah, that's true. Like I have to be on my best behavior because mom's watching. So
look, I know my mom is also watching, so I'm going to try to be nice. But
yeah. This is from Steve Dunkelberger, who's sitting right here. Prepper and Preppers. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. I'm going to go to we have a script that we're going to. So we're going to talk about studio backdrop Legos, but we're going to go back to how about prepping for beginners in 2021. We've done the 7-day trial of 2021.
Exactly. It is time to subscribe. It is time to get on board.
It's time to subscribe. We wish we would have got you in 2020. We weren't able to, but you've had the 7-day trial now. So
exactly
for Cascadia Dispatch, what do you recommend for the average person that may have Legos at their home for getting into prepping?
Yeah. So I think the first thing, and I've put a couple of things together over the last couple of years to help out because they were things that kind of I distilled down after doing this for a while. So the first thing is I have kind of what I call the inventory assessment, which is really just a couple of questions, a little questionnaire and a form to fill out about who you're prepping for, how many people are you prepping for, what are you prepping for. You can't prep for everything. So you got to kind of pick something that you want to kind of focus on and then move from there. So if it's the earthquake, if it's a wildfire, hurricane, whatever, and then you kind of build off from that. I think a lot of people think about prepping and feel like they need to get new stuff. We need to get all of the supplies. Well, if you camp, which I didn't, but if you're a camper, for the most part, you've got a lot of the supplies already. You just may need to think about how to organize them a little bit. So the kind of table spreadsheet that I've got kind of walks through kind of what are the things and how long would you be able to use that? Is it 72 hours? Is it 2 weeks? But just kind of figure out what you've got, and then you can figure out what you need to fill in with. The other thing is I just put out a calendar yesterday. Gosh, it's amazing the coincidence. I put a calendar out the day before we did this live stream. But it's just a Google calendar that kind of overlays on top of like holidays and stuff. And the idea is every week there's a new little project or task or something to do to kind of help you get prepared over the year. So it's not everything all at once. But it reminds you to, do winter things in winter and do spring things in spring and, change when you do your smoke detectors, you need to shake your fire extinguishers at the same time. I did not know that until a couple of years ago when I was in a CERT class and they told us that. So now we always do that. So it's things like those, make sure you're up on all your disaster insurance and you know what coverages you have. A lot of people don't know that floods aren't covered in homeowners insurance, but you need special insurance. Earthquake, same thing. Mm-hmm. Wildfires, same thing. So make sure you've got kind of those things all lined up. So by the end, it's not just that you have 52 weeks worth of food stored, but you have all of these other pieces in place.
Yeah. So when we purchased our home, we made sure that we wanted to get the earthquake insurance, but we knew we didn't realize that it was like a special insurance that you have, and you kind of have to have like a big lump sum of money too. That if your house gets devastated by an earthquake, you kind of have to. It's almost like 50% of the home value or something like that. But we also did the flood, but it was like extra things that we had to do for it. So
yeah,
and this is all very practical stuff. This isn't. You haven't talked camo yet. You haven't talked any.
Exactly. I keep that
or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the flags and all that. Yeah, it's all separate.
Yes,
but I think too, if you're talking about like insurances, there's the idea of having an emergency fund for financial emergencies and things. Well, you may want your emergency fund to be the same amount as the deductible on your disaster insurance, so it all kind of goes together. But if you haven't figured out what your deductible is, if your house doesn't get destroyed, then you need to know what that number is. And if your house doesn't get destroyed, you may need to know what coverage you have. Are they going to put you up in a hotel for a year and make sure that you can live while you figure out if you're going to fix your house or not? So there's lots of those sorts of pieces that you could figure out, but nobody sits down on a Tuesday and goes, oh, hey, I know what I remember I need to do today. Call my insurance agent. Like, that's not a thing, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I was just looking over at the website because you have all this available on. Let's see if I can take that banner off so we can see it a little bit better. Oh, there we go. You have it all on the website over here, but I know you need special access to get it. So
yeah, you just need to fill out the form.
Yeah, so I just filled out the inventory assessment PDF download page.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to wait to hear back from Cascadia Dispatch to get that.
Yeah, you'll be getting an email shortly.
Okay, so if people want to, they go to cascadiadispatch.com and then they go to the various sites over here. One of them is for the PDF download for the inventory assessment, and then also for the calendar. I think the calendar is a great idea because sometimes you just kind of forget about things a little bit. So that's so cool. So for both of them, they just provide some basic. It looks like the only required one is the email, so they can put in whatever they want, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not asking for anybody's addresses,
mother's maiden name. They don't need to do that.
But if, for example, Cascadia Dispatch started a newsletter at some point in the future or something, or we wanted to let people know, hey, we just came out with this calendar or something, we wanted to get people's information just to send that stuff. So no spam. We're not selling anything, but we just want to make sure that we can get a hold of people, especially if like Facebook decides that we can't communicate with each other or YouTube goes down. Having our own list is important.
Yeah, I think it's important for all preppers for us. I mean, because we communicate here on YouTube and then through other ways, but having that email like that is a good way that we could. So if everything goes down, hopefully we'll still have email. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. I enjoy my TUP newsletter every week and every month. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. Got to get to a couple backlogs in the chat room. Let's see what. Sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, New York Defiant. I'm sorry. It was. I don't mean to call you Northwest Defiant. It's New York, and you've been doing it for a couple of streams now. So I humbly apologize. I'm reading it. I'm just always thinking about the Northwest, I guess. So let's talk about identifying dangers that might be around us. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that one as well. I'm going to come right back to that one. What are your thoughts on prepared for people of a result? We're going to try not to do Melvin, even though. I was definitely watching that. I'm going to try to keep it prepping for the beginners, prepping for non-preppers. I don't want to scare them off.
Yesterday it was like the 201 class.
Yeah,
this is the 101 class.
This is 101. So we got to get that foundation first before we get into some of those ones. Looks like Tupac's mom says hi. I guess Tupac's mom is watching. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Tupac's mom and my mom are very close with each other. So, this is let's see. How long have you guys been prepping for, and how did you get into prepping? So we talked about that earlier on. So we have to go at least with you did. So you're gonna have to watch the rerun on that, I guess. Then
exactly, watch the replay. But like 5-6 years for me.
I've been doing it for about 11 to 12 years. That's my prepping journey. So welcome, Michael. Yeah, you finally made it. Welcome. You're live with us. I want whatever you two had. Yeah, I've been having coffee. I don't know about you. So
exactly, delicious water.
Yes, the finest Portland waters.
Yeah, exactly. Artisanal, handcrafted waters.
Yeah, this is from Earwax. I really like your shelving. Where did you get it? So that's the burning question right now for Cascadia Dispatches. Where did you get your shelving for your Legos?
Exactly. The shelving it's the finest of IKEA shelving.
Okay.
So this is IKEA, and I don't actually know where we got this. This is either IKEA or something. Target maybe, I don't know, but yeah, they're just basic shelving, and then the lights are from Amazon that I just stuck up on there.
Okay, there you go. Earwax. Hope that answers your question. So, and we are going to talk more about the Legos. Let's see. This is from the Apex Prepper, who's on the background here. That Legos are a great alarm system, and stepping on them with bare feet will make bad guys run away. Yes, that's true.
That's why the kids always play with their Legos in front of the doors.
Yeah, that's part of your security measures.
Exactly. They don't play with them on tables, only in front of their doors.
This is why I look at the possible dangers and prioritize. Yeah, so that's all really good stuff. So again, make sure you go over to cascadiadispatch.com and you just fill these out. All you have to do is put your email address there, and you can get both the calendar and the inventory assessment. But yeah, that's definitely kind of your specialty on your channel as far as the stuff that you cover there.
Yeah.
So Looks like people are just saying hi. Hey, Pete, good evening, Jefferson Martial Arts. The Racer Girl 8A just tuned in. Will this be available to watch in full later as I missed the beginning? Yes. After we're done with this one, you'll be able to watch the rerun, and we encourage you to watch the rerun to catch all the little bits of what we talked about.
Watch it several times, perhaps, and make sure to watch all of the ads.
Watch all the ads, and make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe.
Destroy it. Yes.
Subscribe to Cascadia Dispatch.
Comment down below. All the things.
Let's see. The comment section on this one has taken it's not my normal comment section. It's
look. I told you it was going to be interesting.
Yes, I will take the assessment as well. Okay, the Bernie's over there. I see Bernie in the background of the pod. You want to say really quick? You want to see Bernie, and then we're going to bring him back too. So
we can bring back Bernie.
Let's get him on really quick right now, because he's sitting there over there. Bernie, welcome. This is
bring back Bernie. That just sounds wrong in so many ways.
That's going to be a T-shirt. That's what's going to happen there. That's going to be a T-shirt.
This is the Portland division of the preparedness community right here, folks. We have two of them with their territories.
And what's funny is, I think, was it the about 2 weeks ago, we discovered like how close we actually are to one another.
And we've made no effort since to see each other.
Yes, I know, right? It's just
exactly. We're like, you're over there? Oh, man. If you could stay there, that would be great. This is close enough.
Yeah.
So let's do that awkward moment where it's just you two guys and I'm no longer on the screen. 1 second. There we go.
So CERT. So when did you take your CERT?
Yes. So I did CERT, I want to say 3 years ago. And I did it with a friend of mine. I don't know if Cameron's watching, but if you're watching, hi, how are you? So he was one of the ones locally who really kind of, when everything happened, I call him, and he's my camo friend. And so I call him and I say, this is what I want to do. And he says, you need to do this. And I say, great. Now I need it in custom colors and I need it to be all night. And so he told me about it. So he took the class with me. And then when we were done, we were so excited about it that we told our wives and friends. And so the wives then actually all went and they took the class together.
Really? Oh, man, I couldn't get my wife to go to.
So we were like, have a wonderful time, and they would go and they did the whole thing. And my wife, I think, humored me for the first couple of sessions, and then was like, oh, I get it now. And then now ever since, it's become more of a family thing, doing this stuff.
You know, what's funny is I think you and I may have been even in the same class.
I mean, all things are possible, Bernie.
Yeah,
anything is
funny. Because, you know, and for the people out there that don't know, CERT is the Community Emergency Response Team. And so if there's anything from, you know, a big natural disaster to, you know, the police needing help, you know, doing a search and rescue, then sometimes we get activated, you know. So this last summer, what was it? The fires.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you get the notification on the fires and that we might get deployed? So
yeah, exactly. Now they're not going to be clear. They're not deploying us to the fires. They would like deploy us to, like, the parking lot to like wave people in and stuff like that. But you know, you get a vest and a book and things, and you learn how to get concrete slabs off of people with poles.
Yeah, no. That's no. So you know, we what we actually got called for or was going to get deployed for was for the shelters. That's basically what it was going to be, to help out in the shelters. So I just so happened to be really close to where the evacuation point was going to be. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's really
interesting. For like the Christmas tree lightings and things like that.
Yeah. Movies in the park, you know.
Yeah, they don't put me near any sort of an active thing. It's like, oh, we just need some bodies. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Grandpa's lost again. You know, we got to help. You know?
Yeah, so I see some comments already coming in here. They don't know what we're talking about right now. This is from let's see. Wow, what are you guys talking about? I am 70 years old and became a Boy Scout in 1962. We be prepared. That was our motto. Yeah, my son just started Boy Scouts. We had our first meeting, and he's been doing Cub Scouts. And yeah, that's definitely the motto for it. So we're talking about fun stuff, though. Yeah,
absolutely.
So
the lighter side of prepping.
Yeah, the lighter side of prepping. Let's see. This one, do you guys feel the left and right are too far apart? I think it is possible. There's some stuff that everyone has in common, no matter what your political views are. I mean, we all have to eat food. So that's
hurricanes
common.
and earthquakes do not care who you vote
for.
They don't
water preps are pretty universal. It doesn't matter who you vote for.
They don't ask what ballot measures you voted for as they are destroying your house. Those are universal.
Yeah, so I think as far as prepping goes, I think that there's a lot of things that are universal. So whether it be flooding, fire, earthquakes, blizzards, power outages, your food preps, pantry preps, water preps, all that kind of stuff is. So, but beyond that, I don't know. This isn't really a political channel.
Well,
so.
We're not a political channel. We're talking about Legos. Come on.
And at the end of the day, really, like if there's a natural disaster, you're going to help out everybody you possibly can. You're not going to be going, hey, wait, who did you vote for? Nobody's going to. If you do that, then you're a different kind of person.
I don't know if we're going to help Bernie. Like Bernie, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Vote. Yeah.
Don't bring back Bernie. Don't bring back Bernie.
So this is from Financing Me Fresh. We'll probably be welcoming my mother-in-law into our home within 2021. Any suggestions for figuring out her needs for preps without overwhelming her?
That's a great question. Yeah.
Whatever your preps are, multiply that by another person.
Okay. So it's just the same stuff, but just increase the numbers then.
Yeah. So for example, so we have a family of 4, and then I have my brother and his wife and family live close by, and my parents live close by. So they have their own kind of stuff at their houses, but we actually have enough for 9 or 10 or 11 at our house, just to make sure that, okay, when they come here, all of the tents and the structures, canopies, all that sort of stuff is here. They don't need it all at their own houses. Walkie-talkies and, all of that sort of stuff. And then we can kind of from here bug out somewhere else if we needed to, or we could bug in if we needed to. But we just kind of multiplied out over the year. And then, if there's some medical needs, special needs is always a thing, especially if your mother-in-law is elderly, mobility issues, you may want to think about walking sticks or walkers or a wheelchair, or even like a wheelbarrow or something. If you need to literally go and she can't, walk 10 miles, you got to figure out some way to do that. So thinking about things you already have and how to kind of repurpose them would be an idea. She's got allergies. Think about that when you're thinking about your food preps. We had tons of food allergies, and I had to do the whole analysis of all the different food manufacturers to try to figure out ones that my son could eat, because he had 8 or 9 different food allergies, and you couldn't have just a mountain house. There was not enough Benadryl in the world for that plan. So you kind of figure it out that way.
Awesome. Great answer. New York Defiant. You mentioned your wife ordering flashlights. Has she always been on board? Pandemic got extra food and water, but the thought of having to leave seems impossible to her.
So my wife has been fantastic. She has been incredibly supportive. I would say we kind of joke with my friends and my wife and my family that this is not what anyone Casey of 2020 is not what anyone signed up for as Casey of 2010 or 2005 or anything like that. But I think as I've kind of gone down this path, being able to explain to people, I think, is one of the things that I enjoy about my channel and everything else. She has understood why I'm doing it, and then she's also adopted that. Same thing with kind of the rest of my family. That they were like, "You're going camping, really? You're the kid that didn't go, barely went to outdoor school, and you're going into the woods on purpose. What's happening?" But now, they have radios and they have walkie-talkies, and we've talked about drones, and we've had all kinds of conversations that 10 years ago never would have been on anywhere. But I think everybody has really gotten on board with that idea, because theoretically, hopefully, I'm not going crazy, and so that's a good thing.
Awesome. This is from Granny Prepper, says you look like bookends. Yes, we are wearing the same shirt. We have a very similar look. We're fairly nerdy. Bernie needs to get the shirt. We're working on that though. Prepper Book Club. Am I seeing double? No, you're not seeing double unless you've been drinking a little too much. If you're playing the top drinking game for top off. But
I need to get the top hat. That's the next thing.
Then you go full top. That's
yeah.
Let's see. Tup's mom, Cliff used to build mazes for ants out of Legos when he was a kid. That's true. That's A true story. So let's see. This is from Paul Reeves. I prep for blackouts and fools trying to break into my home. What do you guys prep for?
So my primary focus is always on Cascadia subduction zone earthquake. That's the lens that I put everything through. But I think when you do that, then you have secondary ones. So power outages, snow. Oregon doesn't get a ton of snow and ice, so every once in a while we'll get it. But if you've planned for an earthquake, your flashlights will still work in a snowstorm. Your hand warmers will still work in a snowstorm. So when you kind of have that big thing that you're shooting for, then everything that comes off of that is really more adjustments, I think.
Yeah, I think if you prep for zombies, you're going to be pretty prepared for 2021, 2020, yeah, that kind of stuff. If you prep for Cascadia, for the Cascadia subduction zone, you're probably pretty prepared. If you're preparing for some kind of asteroid impact or something, whatever it takes to prep for, I guess that's good. I think in 2020, I was starting to shift more of I was originally more like with you, because we're both in the same fault line, and so Bernie is too, so we're all impacted. And I started to prep more for earthquakes and for that kind of stuff. But right now, it's more of some of the civil unrest stuff going on. But again, if you're preparing for one extreme thing, it should cover a few other things. So
we were focused on the earthquake, and then when the pandemic started, and we were maybe we're going to be quarantined, and okay, we're a family of 4, so if one of us gets it, you got 2 weeks, and then you got another 2 weeks. So it was a lot about just kind of ironing out the edges of making sure we have food to last us 6 months or a year, but do we have food that we'd actually want to eat for 6 months or a year? Okay, well, let's make sure that we have actual meals put together. That's another thing that I'm building out as kind of like a meal planning thing is, how do you plan out what you're going to eat and make sure you've got the ingredients for real food, as opposed to just, eating Mountain House for months and months and months.
Totally. Looks like the fall was saying I was going to criticize, but I guess I won't. Whatever it takes to get people into prepping. This stuff is beyond basics, but yeah, it is. This is prepping for non-preppers, so that's why we're going. That's exactly the theme of the channel. So that's
if you come back next week, we'll be making ghillie suits and
we'll A-frame outfits.
Yeah.
What would you say is your most unique prepper item or gear?
Good question. I really love I have the Garmin InReach Explorer Pluses, which are the GPSs, but with satellite communication. So I can actually send text messages and emails between from device to another device or to somebody's phone. So we travel out of cell range every once in a while. But if an earthquake happens and you don't have cell service or anything like that, all of our family members also have them. So we can communicate from device to device, or we can communicate to our out-of-state contact using email and text messages pretty easily. And it's got a map included in it, obviously, so you can navigate with it. So I think that one's pretty cool. I like that one a lot.
Awesome. Let's see. So I'm trying to. We have a little bit of a backlog on the chat room, so I'm just going to go through them and do rapid fire with Cascadia Dispatch.
The lightning round.
Here's the lightning round.
Prepare for the lightning round.
Yeah, thumbs up on live. Yes, please. If you're watching this live, we thank you. Please give it a thumbs up. If you're watching this in the year 2024, if you're watching the rerun, exactly. We hope we made it. So
and drop a comment. Comment about how much you like it. Yes. The YouTube algorithm loves the comments.
They do.
Put that in there for them.
Are you going to talk about anything besides Legos? Yes, we are talking about stuff besides Legos. Sure. Let's see. Let's go through here. We talked about CERT a little bit. Yes, so we got that one. Tufts Mom. They want to hear more. Awesome about the Legos. All urban preppers need a camo friend. I think that's true. We need more people with camo in our lives. So, yes, community emergency response team. Thank you, the preparedness guy, for that. Let's see. Thanks, Bertie. Thank you, Bertie. So, this is nice that we have the Portland chapter again. This is our first Portland live stream. So, isn't camo a giveaway to prepper status? Yes, it is. What are some other things that you think are when I'm at least in our former lives, when I'm walking around, you can kind of spot a prepper, I think. What are the things that you think are dead giveaways for preppers?
I think overly tactical backpacks.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have backpacks that are tactical, but I got them in black and I don't attach things to them. I put little fun patches on them because that's what I do. but I think anything that's really that you can recognize as being tactical is a pretty good giveaway of somebody who is prepping. I think also you look at people's cars and you can look at the like bumper stickers and windshield stickers and things like that. That's another big giveaway. I don't put anything on the back of my car just because I don't want anybody to know anything about me. And so I think that's a thing too, where you talk about the gray man scenario versus overly tactical, the form and function piece of that. So
I think the three of us, like, even on this live stream, like someone says, "Am I seeing triple?" Yes, you are seeing triple. But I think we all kind of follow Northwest Gray Man because we all kind of have a similar look to us. And I don't think anyone that if they were to tune into this live stream, they probably wouldn't know that this is a prepper live stream. But
and based on the comments I got on my videos, if someone were to walk in and see all these Legos, they are not assuming that I'm prepping for anything.
Yeah. You don't seem like you're like the average prepper that you would imagine. Like
exactly.
But that's total great, man. Bernie, what do you think as far as dead giveaways to preppers?
So, I mean, the dead giveaways for me usually, like, you can see, like, something on the belt, like a Leatherman, or they got these little packs all around their belt, on their waistline. But one thing I actually wanted to kind of ask both of you guys is your evolution. Meaning, like, now we talk about, like, having that tactical backpack, right, is a dead giveaway. Well, maybe 5 years ago, like, I was one of those guys. It's like, I got to get the tech, look, it's got the molly loops. It's got, all these, all the gear. I can just hook things on. It's just so practical. But now it's like, well, now it's a dead giveaway, And so over the years, how have you evolved? Like, right now in my closet, I probably have like 4 or 5 backpacks that I'm like, I can't use that now, because that gear is, I don't want to say it's obsolete, but it's a dead giveaway. So,
yeah. So for me, I think my evolution was, some of it was just getting the basics because I was starting from zero. So some of it was I bought stuff originally just to have it for the function. And then over the years, I've refined that. So, I started out with, whatever backpack we had. And then I went out and got 511 backpacks, all like the whole line. And those are our bug out bags. We use them we've used them a couple of times when we've gone, on vacation or whatever. But for the most part, those are our bug out bags. And so functionally, I want them to be tactical. Visually, I want them to be slightly more gray man. So I didn't get them in tan or khaki or camo or anything. I got them in black. All of our stuff is in black or gray because, especially in the Northwest, that's a little bit more neutral than if you've got a bag that's tan or khaki or something like that. So I think that has been a thing. I was just going through like aquatainers. Like, I used to have the 7-gallon things because I thought we needed to have 7 gallons and that would be better than having 5. And what I learned is that it's super heavy and cumbersome and it's a pain in the neck. So I just got rid of all of my 7-gallon aquatainers over the summer. And we're going to move more to like 5-gallon, like the 5-gallon Crystal Springs that you put in like an office thing with a pump on the top of it. And so if we need that, we've got that. And then we've got other water, larger things. So I think some of it is just like kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like, you get like the basics, the security of, I have a sleeping bag, I have a tent, I have like check all the boxes. And then over time, when you've used them and understood how they work, then you kind of refine it down.
Yeah. And I was the same way. Like, I had a knife, and then after a while, like, well, I can get a better quality knife now, and then you start finding out, well, there's knives with different features on them. So, what can I use there? And so, it kind of goes along with all the preps, with flashlights, it's like, I can use this, and this other one can be, obsolete, or I can give it away to somebody else. So yeah, I can totally
How about you,
see that evolution.
Well, I definitely agree in like the whole pig and a poke strategy for your prepping stuff. So like your backpack should be a pig and a poke where it looks like something else, and you could have all the cool tactical stuff, the dead giveaway stuff, but it has to be covered with something else. So that's why I always get now, because I used to go with like the 511 511 backpacks or Maxpedition ones, like for bug out bags or for get home bags. Now I've switched to more of like what I see people walking around the city, like a Kelty backpack or whatever it is. But then all the tactical stuff could be in there, and the cool Molly weapon and all that. But the outer part of it needs to be
the Expedition pouches.
Yes. We're backlogged again on the chat room, so we're gonna have to do a rapid fire. I know that Bernie has to head out in a second too, so but we had to get the Portland chapter. We don't get these opportunities too often. If you're just happening to tune in, we're talking with Cascadia Dispatch. We have the channel over here. Make sure that you go to Cascadia Dispatch's YouTube channel, link in the description. It focuses, and people have noticed that have been watching this live. This is prepping for non-preppers, because there's a lot more non-preppers than there are preppers, and we want to have more preppers because then there's less people that are reliant on the grid, and when emergencies happen.
Preppers don't want to talk to non-preppers. They want to prep and be away from everyone else. So
yeah, most preppers, that's exactly true. Preppers
I want to tell you what I've got. I don't want to tell you where I am. I don't want to tell you nothing.
That's very true. So as a way of getting around that, Casey from Cascadia Dispatch is making more new preppers, and so the channel's over here, and that's what it focuses. So that's like the emphasis of the channel. That's like the main focus of it, which we need more of that. So, which is awesome. So, and let's see. Let me get back to my other screen. There we go. Thanks for keeping the focus. Legos and preps. Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to do rapid fire. Just chat room stuff. Earwax, does your son build those Legos in the background? Yes, my son builds the Legos in the background. Cascadia Dispatch makes his own Legos. This is from Haley Nelson. Have you guys ever gone out and tested your bug out bag? My bug out bag is like the bag that we take on like for camping and stuff too. So if we go on a family camping trip, I'm not bringing a specialized bag. It's like but right now my bug out bag's kind of, I'm working on some new modules and stuff. But
I just got the new Rush 100s from 511. So we're actually transitioning our bug out bags from being, now that the kids are a little bit older and bigger, we're moving from the 24s and the 72s to the 100 and the 72s.
Cool. This is Paul Reeves. In the movies, why do aliens always attack New York? This baffles. I'm not sure. We need them to attack Portland. It's what. No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. No.
They've already attacked Portland.
They're going to shut down. Sorry.
It's Northwest Defiant. Is Northwest Defiant have a opinion on that?
Yeah, that wasn't even Northwest Defiant, but he's going to have to chime in there to let us know why that happens. This is the ugly.
There's Northwest Defiant.
The ugly prepper. So good evening, ugly prepper. We welcome you to here. You're with friends.
You have no judgment.
No judgment. Hashtag the ugly prepper. I love that.
Exactly.
This is a question from the ugly prepper. Can hand warmers be used as oxygen absorbers? I've never heard that before. Do you know? And I
have no idea, but that's an interesting thing, because I know that there's some sort of chemical reaction that creates hand warmers with oxidation. So it's possible.
I think it's
but I think Bill and I should be on your next live stream to answer that question.
Let's see. I prep for severe weather and loss of power. Yeah, I think that's good stuff to prep for. That's like most likely you're going to have a loss of power versus a CME or something. So New York Defiant, you guys are such geeks. I feel at home. Well, this is the live stream for geeks right here. So
exactly.
What about volcanoes? Yes, we're surrounded by volcanoes. So Bernie's surrounded, Casey's surrounded, I'm surrounded. Let's see. I'm so backlogged. I'm about 10 minutes behind on the chat room. So if I don't get to any of the chats, and if you're watching the rerun, or if you really want to have that question answered, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll try to get to that and try to answer it there. So looks like Haley Nelson's in the middle of nowhere. I prep for anything. That's good. That's it. Would love to hear what you guys think about basic drones for prepping. Yeah, I have a video on the prepper drone if you want to check it out. We're raising money to get Bernie his drone so we can send our drones to talk to each other, and we like Cascadia Dispatch to also get.
I look longingly at the drones at Costco every time I'm there, and my wife says, "You just bought a GoPro, you're done," and I'm like, "Okay, fair. Yes, that's fair."
So we're gonna get Bernie his drone. That's the goal for. Who thumbs down? Someone thumbs down. Oh my gosh! So we need some more thumbs up there. Oh yeah, there we go. The GoPro. So
how dare they?
Yeah. What?
Yes. How dare they?
Let's see. With any predictions for 2021 Urban Prepper? I put my first message for 2021. I think was hold on to your butts. So that's my prediction. So without going into too much details, do you have any predictions, Cascadia Dispatch, beyond hold on to your butts?
I hope it's better than 2020.
Yeah,
that's my goal. That's what I would hope. Who knows what's going to happen in the next month? But like, the year is long, and hopefully it's better on the whole than 2020 was.
It's a marathon for
exactly. In the meantime, we're getting water and food and all the other things, so it is what it is.
Yeah, top off. Bernie, do you have any I know you have to drop off at any point, so I'm trying to.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, it's gonna get. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. But then I think once we get over that hump of getting better, I think it's gonna be like a relief. But at the same time, it's not. It's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be rough for a little bit. That's my prediction.
Cool. Let's see. I think it's a valid prediction. Ugly Prepper is thanking for that. Yes.
All right, guys. I do got to run, but I will be on Discord.
All right. And we're gonna hop on Discord after. So say hi to some people.
Yeah. And I will be. What is it? Yeah, I'll be on. I'll be listening in. But Denise, hey, actually, real quick, I want to thank the Prepping Penguin and Denise. And I know Doc usually is on. That helps out with the moderation. You guys are awesome for always helping out, especially backing me up. So anyway, I want to give a special shout out because they're always always here helping us out.
Yes, and whenever you have a Cascadia Dispatch on,
the
come after them. So that we have
exactly.
We have our moderators.
Yes.
Well, thank you for Bernie.
When Bernie's gone, we can talk about him.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about him.
And it's on. It's on live. Everybody can see here.
Looks like New York Defiant, the SA. So I'll pop off Bernie really quick, but we'll.
Yep. All right, see you guys.
Yep. All right, thank you, Bernie.
Bye, Bernie.
Yeah, we still have Wi-Fi. Yes, that's true. So
yes.
Yeah, this is from the Education of New Preppers and Lifting Up the Prepper Community. Yeah, we're trying to keep it positive because if you guys want to watch doom and gloom stuff, just turn on the TV and you'll
there's
get
enough of that.
There's enough of that. So
exactly.
So we're trying to Gray Man is urban camo. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Give all your old stuff, guys. No, that's my old stuff. I'm not giving it away.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. What's this one? Here in the city, having stuff hanging on your backpack is a tell that you're a prepper or looking to get pickpocketed. I totally agree. I don't think you have anything that's a. We have some people quoting Sun Tzu. It looks like all warfare is based on deception. Hence, when able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make that. I read the Art of War once a year. I don't. That's just my thing to do.
Is that weird? Art of War, but there was an Art of War that they did that used Winnie the Pooh instead of like Winnie the Pooh eyes, which is fantastic and also very on point for like my world. So yeah,
cool. So. Man, I think I'm getting almost caught up with all of the things. So everyone, we've been talking. We're going to be if we didn't get to anything on this stream, we've already almost hitting the hour point. We haven't even got to the Lego off yet, which I know people are waiting for. But we're talking to Cascadia Dispatch from Casey, who specializes in prepping. It's even on the title here, the preparedness tips, prepping for non-preppers. And again, we're trying to get some more non-preppers to become preppers because preppers don't want to talk to non-preppers. We want them we want to get them into the club, whether they're in the 101 course, like what we're talking about here, or they move on to the
102 course or 103 course. You get to 201, then we're talking about other stuff.
Yeah, and then we'll get you guys over to like the more advanced stuff that'll be on some of the other channels.
Exactly, City Prepper and Canadian Prepper.
City Prepping, Yeah, we don't want you to jump right in there. We want to set you up with some of the foundation 100 level stuff. So that's but yeah, this is awesome stuff. I highly recommend. As you can see, Casey's awesome. Anyone that has Legos in the background of their prepping channel is awesome because most prepper channels are going to have like a flag, the "Don't Tread on Me," some Mylar bags in the 5-gallon buckets, or they have some guns.
Yeah. All of the backpacks lined up.
All the backpacks. That's
exactly. Some skulls, some things. Anything to really just hide the fact that you want to prep for things. That's
cool. I think it's good because when people come to your channel, like if you're saying that, hey, we're doing prepping for non-preppers, and then if you have a whole bunch of backpacks and like guns and stuff, it may scare some people off. At least
it's a disjointed message. If we say, hey, we're not prepping, and then I report directly from like my bungalow in the back, like of the forest or something. I don't think that would work out.
Yeah, and I do want to have an Atlas survival shelter. That'd be pretty cool. But maybe it'd be fun to broadcast, have like the live stream from like that. It kind of look like Joe Rogan or something. But
exactly.
Let's see. We can take a few more questions over here. And if you guys are wondering why we have these awesome shirts, these are awesome prepper adjacent shirts. Casey was kind enough to send one to me. This is a stolen term from Ben Peterson from Ben Banters. And so Casey actually said I have to return this shirt and send it to Ben.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Ben, if you're watching, we'll get you your shirt.
Yeah. And Cliff, you can pay for the shipping.
This is for you guys are awesome and full of good info for preppers, old and new. Thank you so much. Just starting to get into peer prepping and I love that peer prepping, like peer pressure, peer prepping. I love it. You're not too late, AK. But we're gonna have to go on the advanced program, the expedited program. We're 2021 now, so just sub.
You're never too late, AK. You're never too late.
You're not too late. Cool. So just sub. If you're not subscribed to Cascadia, to Cascadia Dispatch, you got to subscribe. Let's give a little moment of silence really quick.
Yeah.
All right, you click the button. Okay,
the road to 10,000. That's the goal.
Yeah, we need to get you to 10,000. What's the goal? We have to get it soon.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I just made that up.
I the road to 10,000. I like it. Just started getting into prepping. It's a lot to take it. Prepping is definitely it's an overwhelming topic because there's so many different things that you can talk about in it. So.
It's kind of like if someone says they want to get into cooking. Like if you've never really done it, like you don't know like which show to watch or anything like that. There's so many different like types of food to make and everything else. And I think prepping is a very similar thing where if you just start and just jump into it, like there's so many different channels and so many different areas to do it. It can be overwhelming. And then you're just like, you know what? I'm ordering takeout and I'm done. And I think that Cliff's channel and my channel are trying to kind of make it that easy. Like, hey, let's teach you how to boil water, literally how to boil water. And then let's teach you how to make some pasta and like, scramble an egg. And then we'll get to like souffle in a year or two.
That's a great analogy for it. Prepping is like getting into prepping is like getting into cooking. So
yep.
Yeah, there's where do you start? I love, man. I'm gonna have to steal that and make.
That's fine. You know what? I'll take prepper adjacent. You can have prepping as like cooking.
Okay, got it. It's a deal. So we could have time for a few more questions. I think we're gonna hop on the Discord really to
the after party.
Yeah, after hours party. What's your suggestion for communication of cell towers? And then it already got answered by Rusty, CB, and Ham. That is the correct answer. Congratulations, Rusty, for answering that for us. Like cooking, it is easier to teach at a young age. That's a good point, Brad.
Yes, and my kids, I think, do your kids have emergency kits, Cliff?
No, they don't. My son is into Cub Scouts, so he has his Cub Scout backpack that has like the 10 survival things for Scouts, but he needs. He doesn't have like an EDC or anything like that. So
I made some for my kids to go on their backpack because they go to a charter school. And so they're not as close as we would like. But, having something like that, then they know, even when they were in kindergarten, okay, why do I have a glow stick? Why do I have a headlamp? Why do I have, an extra protein bar and, that sort of thing. And the protein bar taste test is a fantastic kid project. Go out and buy every protein bar that you think you would like, and then let them taste it all, and then figure out what goes in their backpack and then what you're going to put in the cars. Because the last thing you want is to like be forcing a kid to eat a protein bar that they don't want to eat in the middle of an emergency. Like if you have the choice to buy it ahead, get the one that you like.
Awesome. I agree with my kids. They love being involved in the emergency survival food and stuff like that, and tasting MREs and all that stuff. And I think it's a good test for the kids. So I know we're wrapping up on the hour mark here. Just want to get a few more ones. This is from Jim. I also live in the Puget Sound. We should be friends. We are friends, Jim. So welcome to the Pacific Northwest prepping community right here. New York Defiance. And I said I got New York. I like Rogue Prep. Yeah, Rogue Preparedness is awesome. She's really down to earth. Yeah, people should subscribe to her. She's awesome.
I didn't know that she was from Oregon until I was.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, what is happening? So what we need is for Rogue to come back to visit, and then Tup, you can come down, and we'll have like a thing, and we'll just like Skype in Bernie because he's not here right now.
Bernie would be great.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Bernie, we're having a special Portland.
A wonderful time.
Bernie, we're going to need you to Skype in.
Yeah, exactly. If you could FaceTime with us, that would be fantastic.
Let's see. This is there are a lot of people who don't know him as radios. It's the vast majority of people dependent. Yes, yeah, that's definitely get into even if you just get like a Baofeng or whatever kind of radio and just have it as a scanner. Oftentimes that's just what I'm going to do is just have a little scanner there because you don't need to have your technician's license to listen, but to transmit you do. So I would just spend I think they're about $30. You could have one and you could program it to various repeaters that are in your area and just scan and listen to what's going on and how the lingo is and everything. Yeah. You're already being called a genius by New York Defiant. Protein bar test genius.
It's a burden that I carry. Many days. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we did the protein bar taste test. We also did the freeze dried meal taste test.
Yeah,
especially because if you get like the pre-made meals, like the 7-day thing or whatever, we put those in for just short trips if we're going overnight somewhere or whatever, just in case. And letting the kids pick which ones they like. It's a fun thing to do and it gets them interested. And then, they're going to ask you about the radios and they're going to ask you about flashlights and all that sort of stuff. And then it becomes part of their world and part of their life when they get older, as opposed to, being 36 or something like that and trying to figure out how to go camping for the first time.
Yeah.
It was a hilarious story. So
that's your backstory that's starting at 30.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, okay, so we're going to go camping. This is the thing we're doing. And luckily I had some good camping mentors that humored me, and we went to like a KOA and with a pool and showers and everything. And that was my first camping experience. And then since then we've gone, more different places and everything. But
you're getting called a genius again this is from Anthony. Actually, that is genius. No one teaches how to prep kids to prep. Love it. That's a good, awesome video series.
Anthony, if you subscribe, there will be a video coming out shortly.
Anthony, we're going to need you to subscribe to. Actually, anyone that's saying that you're genius, they have to subscribe.
Yeah, exactly, and tell at least 10 of their friends. That's another thing. Don't keep the genius to yourself. Share it with others.
It seems like all the cool preppers are up north. I'm south in Arizona. I need to meet cool preppers. Yeah, we have a lot of cool preppers up here in the Northwest. So we'd like to welcome you if you want to come, but you have to get the prepper Jason shirt.
It's always the rain. Yeah.
Yeah. You two look like brothers. I think we are brothers. My mom's here. My mom's in the chat room too, so she may have to answer some questions about the milkman. I don't know. I found a stream. Yeah, this is a live stream. But although we're about to wrap it up pretty soon, we're gonna. Denise is saying
since we're talking about prepping thing. Was he talking about a live stream or like an actual stream? Like for
this might be a water purification type.
Exactly. Like, I mean, is he letting us all know that we should go there? I don't know.
Yeah. Do more bug out bag videos. Yeah, that's definitely on the horizon for 2021. I know I've slacked off a little bit on it, but I've been focusing on bug in 2020, so I got to get back to bug out now.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't been able to go anywhere. Where are you?
Yeah, I don't know. They're so this is cool. Yeah, and this Denise Drake's. Yeah, everyone invited to the TUPS Discord server. Yeah, I think we're going to be hopping on after this stream to say hi to some people. So if you want to come, and I think there's already a tutorial going on right now from the Mountain RN on the Discord server. He's talking about medical stuff. And so I think, but we're going to hop on afterwards. But I know there are some questions on the Legos too. We haven't got to that. Let's see. Your father's idea of camping was going to a hotel room for service. Is this mom?
That's my dad.
That's your dad?
Yeah, that's my dad. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Awesome. Well, welcome to the live stream, Dad.
Room service stopped at midnight, and there was no remote control, and that was roughing it.
That was a very personalized chat room
question. Exactly.
Is that the new Gray Man uniform? Yes, this is Northwest Gray Man. You go like this.
Exactly. Yep. You just blend in. Everyone gets the shirts, and then it's just everybody blends in, and it's fine.
Don't mind that it says prepper on the
Yeah, exactly. It's ironic. It's hipster ironic. It's totally fine.
Cool. So you've been watching Cascadia Dispatch. I have the website. If you go to the description box, if you're watching this live, make sure that you go down there. And as Anthony mentioned, he is a genius. No one teaches this. So this is
framed.
Yeah. So make sure you go over there. He focuses on prepping for non-preppers, which is, again, we need more of them. We also have, you can go over to the website. He has a prepping alerts calendar access, which is an awesome idea. Like to remind, hey, check your check your smoke detectors, check this, check your fire, all that kind of stuff. You could also go over to the Instagram page, which is over here, with rolling in money, gangster style. It's like all that affiliate money's coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
The Twitter page over here, it looks like and we have the Pinterest. Not too many preppers have a Pinterest, but not too many.
What happens when you're like a branding person and you decide you're going to start a prepping thing? You just do every social network that you can.
Get all of them, including the TikTok. So hopefully you guys check all of those out. This has been a lot. We have to do it again because I feel like we were having so much fun talking about Legos that we didn't get to talk. So we're gonna. Are you willing to come back, or are you have to talk to your agent?
Look, we'll make some discussions. We'll have some conversations. I don't know. I mean, having this much genius on this close, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to open up everybody, but we'll talk about it. I would love to come back. It would be fantastic.
Thank you, Paul, for you have to work in 3 hours. So thank you, Tested Traveler. Thank you for coming on here. Here's the question that we have. So this is that Avengers helicarrier in the back Cascadia Dispatch?
Yes, that is. And that is the original Avengers helicarrier. That is not the new one that's like got like 500 pieces or whatever. This is the big one.
So normally we have an EDC check. That's That's kind of a tradition here on the stream. I think now we're gonna have to do our Lego check. Here's Lego check.
Yes.
We'll wrap this one up maybe for the. So what do we have back there? Because I brought some Legos here for this one. So.
You did. I saw the AT that's on my list. I'm very jealous. I saw the Yoda, which is in my son's room. I saw the Razor Crest, which is it's on the to be built category.
Yeah.
I saw the Kylo Ren TIE Fighter. I don't know what the other one was, and then the Millennium Falcon, which I wonder if your Millennium Falcon is the same Millennium Falcon edition that I have.
Well,
or if
we might have to go see. I don't know. Let's. And then I also have my son put some special figurines here. He wanted me to make sure that you saw because he.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. Those are fantastic.
He keeps it consistent and is organized with the Star Wars characters. So.
He's just like his father, apparently.
So what do you have back there before we wrap this up?
So I've got the helicarrier, and then I've got the Death Star. I've got the Millennium Falcon. I've got the Ghostbuster firehouse over there with the Ghostbuster car is in the driveway. I've got the Voltron. From anyone who was in the 80s and watched the Voltron cartoons, I have the original Voltron that my mom found and gave to me that was at our house, and then I have the Lego version. These I change out. So if you are a subscriber to my channel, or if you're a member of the Facebook group, about every couple months I do a poll where there are different themes and we mix these up. So for Halloween, these are the hidden sides, which my wife really loves for Halloween. And they have like an app, and when you look at it, it's augmented reality. But I've got a bunch of TV sets that we're going to be kind of putting together and having out. So the Friends and the Sesame Street ones and that. And then the Harry Potter. This was a big year for Harry Potter sets. So we have a few of those to put together. So those might make it onto the shelf. So depending on how that goes, I'll put another poll up here in the next couple weeks, and we'll pick out some new ones to go on the back shelves.
Very cool. And I think I just lost my video. I don't know where I went, but on it.
Yeah, remember that time that you lost my video?
Yeah, I think prior to it, I'm gonna reset really quick my camera. And but yes, people are liking that you're using the proper AT. Yeah, that's you did it right. So
yeah, exactly. And then and then the Funkos. My son got into Funkos. Like this year was big for him in Funkos. I don't know why, but he got all about it. So I had to add a few of those to kind of keep up with his collection that he's building from his aunt and his uncle.
Well, at this point of the live stream, my camera went off. So,
you were not prepared for what
I do have a backup plan. Let me go. Let me switch it up. I was just trying to fix it as you were talking, and then it totally fell apart. So let's see. Okay, there we go. I'm on the webcam. So that's.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
A true prepper has a backup plan even for the live stream cameras. So.
Exactly. I would expect nothing less.
Cool. So I was a little prepared for that one. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed watching this live stream featuring Cascadia Dispatch. Prepping for non-preppers. Go to the channel. We've talked about Legos. We've talked about starting off prepping 101 type stuff. Make sure that you go and check out the Preps Alert calendar. Just put your email address in there, and Cascadia Dispatch will set you up. And in addition to the inventory assessment PDF, and then make sure, let's get everyone to follow Cascadia Dispatch on the TikTok. That's what we need. So if you want to do the YouTube channel, you could do that. But the TikTok, we need to boost those numbers up a little bit. So we're going to do that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. This was a fun one. I think a little bit too much fun. So a lot of fun. Yeah, this has been a fun one. Dina.
Yeah.
Switch to camera 2. Go wide angle. Yeah, we did it. So
we can always cheat the edit. It'll be all right.
It looks like little Miss Prepper is here too. So she says she made it in there. So you can say hi. Okay.
Yeah, I have Xero's Legos.
Okay. So we're gonna. All right. Everyone's invited to the Discord server. We're gonna hop on over there. Thank you everyone for watching this live stream. This has been a fun one. If you're watching it live, thanks for all the chats. If I didn't get to a question of yours, leave it as a comment in the comment section. If you're watching this in the year 2024, we hope everything's okay as you're looking back into January of 2021.
Good luck with the zombies.
After with the zombies and after the 7-day trial period. So stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.